Mommy had some anger issues. No wonder the dwarves ended up like space marines. Let's talk about some of the lore we learned in the latest chapter of my manga, The Devil's Deal, based on my D&D games. Yeah, that's right. Igni, the spirit of fire and metal, turned one of the dwarven empires into the Imperium, effectively, against a certain enemy. Yeah, the same Igni that was finger blasting a rival god's grand general. He may have mitigated some of the racism that Anva taught the dwarves, but he absolutely increased and encouraged the rage that the dwarves had against a squid-faced Kranos. To the point that Mount Motra is one of the hubs for advanced weaponry and armor in the world. Like, even the god of destruction has Igni and Mount Motra on speed dial for restricted weapons that can be used in the network, which is basically like the Underdark. And the thing in the attack that we're seeing in this chapter is most likely, much like the Mind Flayers, the Kranos tend to start these conflicts and the Mother of Dwarves tend to end them. Because for the most part, during her lifespan, whenever she went to battle, it wasn't to expand her territory. People would fuck with her and then she would be like, okay, cool. Well, now we're gonna beat the hell out of you and then take your home. Like, the Mother of Dwarves had no concept of chill. Like, when she and her kids, the dwarves, would go and take over a Kranos town, there were no survivors. Women, kids, doesn't matter. If you were a Kranos and you were in that city, you were getting the axe. Because from Anva's standpoint, there was no good Kranos. And while there were definitely some dwarven detractors at that point in time, the Kranos ended up killing their mother, the Mother of Dwarves, and then used her body as a weapon against the dwarf. Even the staunchest of protesters kinda went silent after that. But that was only one of the visions that Selma ended up having during her time with Cheshire, the Jupiter-sized space squirrel Eldritch Horror Being. The second vision that we got to see during this little sequence was we get a glimpse of what it's like on the first layer of the 10 Hells. As we finally got a glimpse at what the cult leader was actually trying to summon, Razarak. And then we also get a glimpse at what an imp looked like. Look at little boy, isn't he so cute? The important thing that I want you guys to take here is we know that devils stick together. They don't really fight each other like this. So everything that we see in the background of these shots are Deja, aka demons. And the most important thing to point out about Deja is the fact that they don't have standardized forms like devils. Like, for the most part, when an imp comes, this is what an imp looks like. When we talk about an Aerosel that he's talking about, this is an Aerosel. Most Aerosels are going to look very similar to this. But when it comes to demons, or aka Deja, their forms are constantly changing. They are rarely ever the same. And that's because Deja end up eating other Deja and creatures, taking in their souls and getting modifications from it. They are constantly evolving. So in this shot right here, we get to see that this Deja is drinking the blood and consuming this imp's soul. It wouldn't be too far-fetched if this thing actually grew wings or fur. This one over here who's butt-chugging an imp, it wouldn't be uncommon if they gained wings or a tail. This is just a piece of the latest chapter of The Devil's Deal you guys can get a copy of while I still have some left. We get to see the effects of the deal that she made with Vasigo to survive this encounter.